are those real or fake? Can I see? She's like, yes, let me show you. And then next thing I'm like, can I put my face on him? And she's probably like, yeah, girl. And I'm like.
And welcome back to another episode of Common Decency. I'm your host, Sebby.
And Jenna.
And guys, I just had a threesome for the first time.
Tell us about it.
Well, that's what our internet guest here wants to inform us about.
Somebody on the internet had a threesome for the first time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Have you ever had a threesome?
I was just going to say, how many have you had?
0.
7.
No!
No, I've never had a threesome before.
Never?
Never.
You strike me as somebody that would have had a threesome.
Is it something that people need to try? Is there something different?
Yeah, I think some people need to try it. I personally know it's not for me, but it could be for you. And how do you know it's not for you?
I don't know it's not for me. I feel like I would try anything in this world once.
You just haven't found 2 girls that want to hook up with you at the same time yet?
Yeah, hey, you guys, slip into the DMs. I'm available. Message me. Who knows? Maybe we can make it happen. But, like, does it count? Like, what if you, like, are hanging out with a couple chicks and you, like, make out with both of them?
No, I think that's just hooking up.
So what is considered an official threesome, in your opinion?
Penetration?
So, okay, well, I can penetrate a person with my hands. Gotta get
Okay, 2 at the same time, both hands?
Yeah, that's a threesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a threesome for the first time. This is what this individual had to say. This is coming from a female. She said, we talked and decided to do it, and as someone who has been cheated on, it was really hard for me to let my husband be sexual with another person, but weirdly, I don't feel guilty or worried because we did it. I feel fine, and I'm not sure why, but I feel a weirdness that's neither bad nor good. Just
Time out.
Weird.
She says, I feel fine, but I feel weird. What?
Just completely contradicting herself.
Lady, you feel fine enough that you feel so weird you're posting about this on the internet? Which is it? Are you fine or are you not fine? Let me tell you, not fine.
Not fine.
You're not doing okay.
Not doing okay.
Sweetie,
be honest with yourself.
you made a mistake.
You did. You made a big mistake.
This sounds like the classic, you were trying to please your man, so you did something you were uncomfortable with, and now you're feeling strange.
Yeah, if you want to impress your man, take him to the batting cages.
Really?
Thanks for laughing. Appreciate you. You know what? You know what? I could never justify having a threesome when you're in a committed relationship. It will never work.
It will never work out.
It will never work out.
I agree.
Years of listening to Loveline growing up, Dr. Drew has always said, never have a threesome. It will just, this weirdness will never go away.
I have listened to podcast after podcast after couple. We have threesomes. We're swingers. It works for us. It's amazing. That's great. Talk to me in 5 years. Every one of these podcasts I've listened to, every one of these couples, something happens. It's very hard. It's hard
on a relationship. And if a guy is trying to convince you to have a threesome, he continues, let's do it. Just put a lot of pressure. Vocalize that you feel uncomfortable about it. And if he respects you enough, he'll drop it.
I even at one point thought that I wanted a threesome simply because I was listening to advice from a podcast about people that have threesomes. And I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. I was like, that just seems like an experience that maybe I should have. Turns out, years later, the people running the podcast broke up because they couldn't handle having threesomes.
So let me ask you this. Are threesomes still okay?
If you deep in your soul really want to do it, and
your pit of your soul,
and your partner also really wants it, and together you both want it individually, go for it.
What if you're not in a relationship and these 2 random people come at you and they're like, hey, we want to have a threesome?
Oh, hell yeah.
Or you're at a club and you're getting drunk and these 2 girls or these 2 guys, not necessarily. I think it's different for girls and guys though.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Low key, hell yeah. Because you're probably never going to see him again.
It is different. Okay, threesomes with 2 girls, 1 guy versus threesomes with 2 guys, 1 girl.
2 guys, 1 girl, that's called a porn. I just don't know a lot of just girls who aren't in that industry who just want to be like, hey, I want to hook up with 2 guys at the same time. I will say one thing. In college, I did walk in on my roommates, 2 guys with 1 girl. They were having a blast.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess girls don't mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Eiffel Tower action.
You walked in on somebody Eiffel Towering?
They were holding hands. Hold my hands.
They were doing this?
Holding hands and someone in the middle.
I know what an Eiffel Tower is. You've seen one in person?
I thought they only existed in Paris.
Yeah, or like in Threesome books.
Kama Sutra books.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Kama Sutra.
Yeah. I used to good old Barnes and Nobles back when I was 17.
So,
Mom, going to Barnes and Nobles. Meanwhile, I'm reading Kama Sutra books.
okay, in the back corner.
Yeah.
You're bad. Okay, on to our next very important subject. This isn't necessarily a story. This is just a concern. A very important concern that a lot of men have problems with.
A lot of men have this problem?
I personally have never talked about it with another guy, but it's just a natural thing that occurs.
What's the problem?
The problem is, how do I stop the urge to look at boobs when I first meet a girl?
Women have this problem. If I see a nice rack, I'm looking straight at it.
Dude, girls have the advantage when it comes to this.
But I don't get in trouble for it.
You guys don't get in trouble.
I can touch them.
You can even touch them.
I can say, girl, we just met. Are those real or fake? Can I see? She's like, yes. Let me show you. And then next thing I'm like, can I put my face on them? And she's probably like, yeah, girl. And I'm like,
did we just become best friends?
yeah. And then we're best friends. Guys, you so much as glance at her tits, you're screwed.
Get out of here. You're out of here. Don't look in our direction. Ew, why are you looking at me? My eyes are up here.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult when a girl like has them out saying like, hey, so clearly they want people to look at them.
Wrong.
Listen.
Wrong.
Listen.
Mer.
If a girl has her out.
Wrong.
Low cut shirt. It's because she wants attention. She wants people to look at them.
Absolutely wrong.
Fellas, if you want to look at them from a distance. If you do have a chance to engage with this individual, keep eye contact. Don't do that. That's bad. They're not going to want to talk to you ever again.
Why?
Keep eye distance, lock eyes, and when you say, all right, it was good talking to you, when you walk away, and then you can take another peek.
Hey, if you want to look at tits as a guy, go look from a distance. Go hide in a corner.
You don't have to hide in a corner. You can be 5 feet away, sipping on a coffee.
Oh, I imagine someone with like a hoodie
binoculars,
on, glasses, crouched down in a corner looking at.
I mean, do you know how many tits I look at? I was eating breakfast this morning at a cafe on the street, and there was just people walk. You can literally.
Yeah.
And those girls walk by, and you just take a quick glance, and then back to your omelet.
Yeah. Back to the omelet. I want to make something very clear.
Please educate us.
So the way work.
How do they work?
Is if you put on a shirt with a small chest and you give that exact shirt in their size to someone with a large set of, it's going to look like her tits are out. It's just really complicated to find a shirt that doesn't have your tits out, because that's just how shirts work. So a very, what's the word that starts with a C? Conservative shirt, therefore turns into a non-conservative shirt if you have a large set of tits.
Okay.
So this means if a woman has her tits out, it doesn't mean she wants you to look at them. It means she literally cannot find a shirt to cover her tits that day.
Okay. Well, if you can't find a shirt to cover your tits, don't go out in public.
You're not understanding.
Put a large sweatshirt on. Put a jacket on.
No, what if it's summertime? You're not understanding. Like a normal t-shirt literally looks so conservative on most people unless you have a large set of tits.
Okay. I get it. No, I get it. I mean, it sounds like it's a borderline issue.
It's actually such an issue because I used to be thick and I had a rack on me.
How thick and how big of a rack?
I used to weigh 170 pounds in high school, and I had 36 double D's.
Oh my Lord.
And I always felt so insecure because not because of my body, but because I felt like I was looking for attention because of the way clothes fit my body.
Oh, okay.
Like, what do you do when it's warm out and you want to wear, you know, a t-shirt? Your titties are out. Yeah. You don't want them to be out.
Yeah. Guys don't really have this problem.
Like a tank top specifically, right? Like if you have a normal t-shirt, your titties aren't out, but if you just want to wear any tank top, just any tank top, you can't. So for a guy to sit here and be like, oh, she's looking for attention. No, we're never looking for attention. It's so dangerous to leave your house looking for attention. You know how many creeps are out there? We don't want attention at all. Don't talk to us.
Don't look at our tits.
DM us instead.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like a normal creeper.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you hear that first, guys.
So listen.
Stare at tits on the internet, but not in person.
Absolutely. And if you want to stare at tits in person, do it from a distance.
From a distance. That's a nice pair of titties there.
Yeah. Get you some,
that's not creepy?
Get you some. It is, but you don't have to engage with the female.
That's a nice set of.
No, you don't have to say that either.
All right.
If I caught someone looking at me with binoculars, I would be able to move on with my day. Like it wouldn't be nice.
Okay. On to our next conundrum.
Conundrum. Somebody's been reading.
Well, I got railed in the comments when you mentioned that I had to read more, so I picked up a book.
Oh, the dictionary?
Are you proud of me?
Yeah.
Webster's. Okay, here's what an individual had to say recently.
I just had carbonated water, like one of those sparkling waters.
The fizzy waters?
Yeah.
What flavor?
It was like 0 flavored.
Oh, you drink the clear stuff?
I just drank like a can of burps, just pure flavorless burps. Like why are those even in my fridge?
You know, flavorless burps, you know, so they don't even smell?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, here we go. This internet user says, in 30 minutes, I'll be 25. What's your advice for me? Oh gosh, where do I start?
I loved being 25. That was my most favorite year in all of life so far.
Wow, why?
I feel it really stepped me out of my partying youth phase and into my hustle phase. It was the year that I bought my first house.
Excuse me.
Bought my first investment property.
Jeez.
I was just jazzed about crushing it and hustling. And that was really fun for me to experience a lot of growth. And it was really fun for me to kind of leave acquaintances behind, leave drinking behind, leave going out late and stay and getting hungover behind, and like really like working on myself, my inner self. It was just such a maturing year. I felt so mature at 25. Versus 24. The day I turned 25 is when it hit me.
Yeah. The day of?
I felt it was just such an immediate like, oh God, I'm 25.
Listen, 25-year-olds, they experience a lot of different things, a lot of different ways, and nobody is the same. Yeah. Don't compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
You know, your 25 may look different than my 25. When I was 25, I was working at a real estate firm. When you were 25, you were sobering up, not drinking at college.
I didn't have a problem. I just would be like, I used to feel like young. Gosh, never mind. I miss feeling young, wild, and free. But the point is, at 24, I was like, yeah, I'll go out this weekend. I'll go out Friday and Saturday. F it. But at 25, I was like, no, I need to start building a life for myself. And that was really fun for me to do. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy building a life for myself.
Okay, first of all, Jenna, you're wildly successful, and it started at 25. Let's just, okay, so you know, he wants some advice. So when you're turning 25, if you want to pursue being successful and that's something that you admire, what should you start?
Stop drinking, stop going out, stop partying. Nothing good happens outside after midnight.
Okay.
Get home early.
Okay, what else?
Get your sleep.
How many hours of sleep?
I like to do a solid 12. Do you know what's scientifically proven? Women need more hours of sleep than men because we use our brain more throughout the day with critical thinking versus men are just like, whatever. Women are actually solving problems to the point to where we scientifically need more sleep than men.
Okay, I agree.
So if you're 25 and you're a female, get more sleep. If you're a male, I guess you don't need it.
Also, for me as a 25-year-old, focus on yourself. Especially your body. Like, I know that at 25, I was getting out of college. So if you're going and lifting with your buddies in college and having a good time getting it, keep doing that in 25 into your older years. Don't neglect your body and your diets. Have a good, clean diet.
Yeah.
Because if you let yourself go, it's
gonna
embarrassing.
Start going quick.
You'll look old quickly. Don't mind this gray beard.
Yeah.
I still feel 20.
Tell the people how you got gray hair.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So 1 year, I decided to move to Washington, the state. I left for a job, and I thought it was going to be an adventure. It was going to be super fun. Mind you, I had no idea what was even out there. I didn't know anybody, and I just was signing up for an adventure. Little did I know that there was 3 months that went by and there was no sun in Washington. Me being a Californian, I'm used to the sun, fun in the sun. I made no friends. The sun was gone. I got depressed, and the depression turned into gray hairs.
So you started feeling depressed and immediately started seeing gray hairs come at the age of
26, 27,
okay.
26. Yeah. So again, taking care of yourself, knowing what your rights from your wrong may prevent you from getting gray hairs.
Yeah, I think at 25, you should be taking care of yourself a bit more. Before that, I was going out. Who cares about sleep? You know?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm hungover for a couple of days. But yeah, take care of yourself. Grays will happen. I shouldn't have grays. My dad didn't get gray until he was 50. I got gray when I was 25. So.
Also, a good thing to do at 25 is to start researching things you've never researched before that school doesn't teach you. How to pay your taxes properly, how to invest in real estate. I went down a YouTube rabbit hole, and I just started learning as much as I could and absorbing as much as I could, because your parents sometimes don't teach you things. School a lot of times doesn't teach you things.
Facts.
So I think it's important at 25 to be like, you know what, I'm an adult now. I need to educate myself on how to live like a more optimized life.
A more modern life.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's great advice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jenna.
Yeah.
On to the next. Okay, tips for overcoming loneliness. I realize it won't be an easy fix, but tonight feels harder than normal. How do I overcome being lonely? I think there's a lot of ways to go with that. One for me is to focus your time and attention on something that you enjoy. For me, I enjoy going to the gym. I can go to the gym for a couple of hours. That takes my mind off the loneliness. Then I come home, focus on what I'm gonna eat. So I'm cooking, preparing a meal. After I eat, I clean up.
So
after
stay
myself.
active.
Stay active, smoke some, relax, watch a movie. Another good thing to prevent loneliness, get a puppy, get a pet.
Yes.
A fish,
Oh my God.
a beta fish, a gerbil,
Yes, go get a dog.
a nice little puppy.
When my mental health was at its worst, the first thing I did was I went out and I got a dog. It was the best thing I ever did.
Dogs are the best.
They just, God, they're the best. But it's really hard to have a feeling of loneliness, but also not being able to bring yourself to get up, get out, and make friends and make connections. Maybe it's hard for you to make a connection. Maybe you feel too depressed to get up to make a connection or a friendship. Which can add to the loneliness, and it's like a vicious circle.
It is a vicious circle, and a good way to get out of it. If you're a young individual, a young person, one thing that I found was very helpful with me overcoming a lot of obstacles, personal obstacles in the ways I communicated with individuals, was getting a job at a grocery store. I worked at Trader Joe's, and it was the best job I've ever had. I worked
Why?
I had 100 coworkers ranging from little old ladies that were 76 years old to 16-year-old cart boys. That broad range of people that you are in front of every day and you get to associate with, you learn so much, you're forced to talk to your coworkers. They're usually great, like-minded people. Also, all the customers that walk through in every day, you have to talk to them. You have to talk to them.
So look for a job in customer service. That way you have to kind of speak to people.
Yeah, but fun customer service. You don't want to work at the go-backs at Abercrombie & Fitch.
Yeah.
or Target or Walmart. I mean,
maybe they could join, not necessarily the gym, because you have to really go out of your way. I've been going to the gym for years. I have never talked to a soul there.
Me neither.
Yeah. So maybe join some sort of something that you're interested in. Like, what could they join that would get them to be social?
Well, if you're into like sports, go join a rec league. Jump into some basketball games. If you're into like dirt bike riding, go to the track.
I don't know. This advice is not resonating with me because I am such like a sad, lonely person sometimes that I physically cannot get up and go do that.
Be a lifeguard at the pool in the summer. There's just so many things. Be an umpire at baseball game.
You're not understanding. Some people literally cannot get up to go do that because they're like so depressed and sad.
Okay. If you're depressed and you're sad, seek medical help. It's okay.
Yeah, there you go.
It's okay.
That's helpful.
A lot of people refuse to seek medical help.
Yes.
Like if you need a prescription to make you happier.
Yes.
Dude, we're in a day and age where we have that available to us. Take advantage of it.
Yes.
Lexapro.
Yes.
Buceprone.
Yes.
Xanax.
I've struggled with mental health and loneliness and all that. And I remember when my mental health got really, really bad, my anxiety and depression got extremely bad to the point where I really couldn't leave the house. I still waited 2 years to go on medication.
Wow.
Because I just couldn't bring myself to admit that I needed medication, or I thought it would be frowned upon, or medication was bad for you and it wasn't gonna fix my problem. After 2 years, I finally went on medication, and I'm telling you, all of my issues were literally resolved overnight.
So if you need help.
If you need help,
get it.
Please seek help.
It's okay.
And by the way, I'm not on medication anymore. It fully solved my problems because it allowed me to get up. It allowed me to get out, to work on myself. And things just started becoming second nature to me. And I started feeling much better to the point where I weaned off the medication. And I have fully been off my anxiety medication for almost 2 years.
Amazing.
It's been almost 2 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's a huge step.
It is. I'll have anxious days every once in a while
Everybody does. It's okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. Loneliness goes so deep. So yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right. On to our last predicament. Is it okay?
Yeah.
What? Okay. This individual says, I wish I knew how to talk to girls. Common struggle amongst men at this time, in this age.
What?
It's a common struggle amongst men in this day and age.
What is?
Knowing how to talk to women.
Why do they suck at it so bad?
I don't know how to express interest or learn more about them without risking looking like a creep. That's one of my biggest fears, but I know I'm not a creep. I'm just a dude that's lacking that experience. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, so many creeps ruin it for good normal guys.
100%.
Immediately, any guy that approaches me, I think they're a creep.
But anyways, it can be difficult. You can feel intimidation. Pretty girls, it's hard to talk to. Think of something in common and bring that up. Bring something you know. Talk about something that you have good knowledge in.
Smart.
So just
don't try to fake it.
Don't fake it. Don't pull something out of your ass that you think is gonna like impress a woman or an individual.
Yeah, don't go into it trying to impress her.
Just talk about something that you have a little bit of knowledge in, but don't overdo it. Just kind of bait a person so that they can interact with you.
And if they start interacting back, then that's a great way.
It's a great sign.
Yeah, it's a great sign that you know to keep engaging. If she's kind of being standoffish, then just don't engage anymore because she thinks you're a creep. Yeah,
read the room.
Read the room.
If a girl is standoffish, okay, on to the next. But don't give up, you know. If you see someone, you find them attractive, find a way. Oh, they're in the cereal aisle. Pick up a cereal. Hey, what do you think? Have you ever tried this? It's so uncreepy.
Creep. I was kidding. As a girl, my best advice for men on how to talk to girls is approach them in like a friendship type manner. It comes off as you don't want anything from them. That way you can get to know them, and weeks down the road, you can approach them in more of a romantic way. So if you don't know how to talk to girls, literally view them as just like a friend. I think you're putting too much pressure on it as is she gonna think I'm cute? Is she gonna like me? Who cares? If you're just friends.
Yeah, think of her as like a cousin or a sister.
Women really appreciate when you give them the time of day regarding friendship, because as a woman, it's like, so it seems like all men want from you is sex. So you would really stand out if you approached her as more of a friendship in the beginning.
1,000%. And you can massage that relationship.
Yep.
Be like, hey, I'm going to McDonald's. Do you want a Big Mac?
Yeah.
Do you want a Sprite?
Yeah.
Do you want a massage?
No, absolutely not.
Cool. Do you want to play in the playpen?
It's too far.
Okay. That's when you cut it. You leave. You take your Happy Meal and you go.
All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Common Decency.
We'll see you next week.
Tune in next week and leave comments on what you want us to talk about.
Peace.
Mwah.
Bye.